Greg, how do we find our social proximity to people in a company? Let's demonstrate this.
All right, no problem. So let's find a company, for example, that we wanted to search, right? So we know what kind of company. Let's say it's Cisco, right? So we type in Cisco into the top search bar, come down here to the option where it says companies and click on the primary company. Here we'll get taken to the company page for Cisco, but take a look at this sidebar right over here where it says how you're connected. And LinkedIn will actually display your degrees of connections you have with that particular company. So I have 49 first degree connections. I have a whole bunch of second degree and a whole lot of employees that are on LinkedIn that work at Cisco. Now, if I wanted to say I want to kind of narrow the focus a little bit, if I click on See All, I could then use the search filters that they have enabled here in the left column. So if I want to filter down to just the first degree connections, I could do that. And let's say the first degree connections that are in Raleigh, I could do that. And then maybe just a little bit more specific, maybe people that worked at the last company they worked at, let's say that they worked at Verizon. Now, these are the last two people that are in my network that worked at Verizon in the past that now work at Cisco. So how can this be helpful? Well, let's say that if I'm a business and I had a previous relationship or I have a current relationship, let's say I'm a vendor of Verizon and then Verizon uses our product, but we're trying to get into Cisco. And I need to find a common connection that maybe they worked at Verizon, they possibly used the product that we had, but now they're working somewhere else. And it could have been a number of years, but since we've been in contact, but we're still first degree connections. We maybe engage a little bit on social and so on and so forth. So what I can do is, I can look who are my first degree connections at Cisco and who has worked at and who has worked at Verizon in the past. That's what this filter shows.
Very important beginning to see, are you building connections? And also, you may find people that their job is to reach out and connect in the company that might be easier to connect to through this process.
Exactly. So that's it. If you wanted to take and search for companies and then use the filters, you can certainly do that. And I encourage you, go out there, search for a company, narrow your focus, and find the right prospects and build your social proximity to them.
This is Martin Brossman
and Greg Heyer, and this has been a Linking into Sales tutorial.